Hey developers, let's explore the critical security flow in Next.js, and for this instance, as you know, that authorization bypass in Next.js middleware is happening because of one of the header. And what you're gonna do, first you're gonna explore the topic and explore the measure on that, and of course by so far is fixed, but we're gonna create that vulnerability in a Next.js application, and then we're gonna see how we can fix that one, how we can patch and make that one in happen. So now what is that actually? As you see that in that the National Vulnerability Database is the CVE 2025299927. In the description contain Next.js is a React framework for building full-stack web applications prior to 14.2.25 and 15.2.23. It is possible to bypass authorization checks within a Next.js application if the authentication check occurs in middleware. What does that mean? It means you created a Next.js application, you have a order page or you have a payment page in which, like in the headers, we are checking for the middleware either this user is authenticated or not. If you're using the middleware.ts file for the Next.js, and you can bypass that one if you have that previous version rather than this one. So this is a really cool hectic things. Of course, when you are reading the description, it's just going out of the head. We're gonna create the vulnerabilities too. So now as you see, there is a link of the description here by where you can read more about it rather than this one. Also for you can find that here the Next.js and the corrupt middleware, the authorization artifact. So in the documentation here actually is pretty cool and explained. So they're the one who are behind to find that one. So Next.js and the corrupt middleware. So let's just see what this about. So this one okay, they just go with that. We're gonna go with indexing. Middleware allows you to run code before a request is completed. Then based on the incoming request, you can modify the response by rewriting, redirecting, modifying the request or response headers, or responding directly. So you can go through the documentation to read more about that middleware. So now there is the complete setup of how the middlewares work in there, and then you can see like they follow through the example about the dashboard admin, and by so far the authorization artifact, old code, old treasure. So they find this vulnerability here, like as a great man on say talk is cheap, show me the bugs. So let's avoid the access. So he showed the bugs here. So it's like the const subreg and the params.request.headers x middleware sub request. So what does it mean? If sub request.includes middleware info.name, then what it's doing, it's just continuing creating a loop. It means if particularly the sub request like x middleware sub request having that clone, if you put the clone and then middleware, and what it gonna do, it gonna bypass, like if you it gonna put a loop, and it gonna bypass any kind of authentication you are like using with the like for the middleware. So now this is a very cool gig. So it's like exposing each and everything. When an Next.js application uses middleware, the middleware function is used. The letter beyond its main utility retrieves the value of the x middleware sub request header and uses it to know if the middleware should be applied or not. The header value is split to a create list using the column corrector. So that's the clone, and then as a separator, and then checks if this list contains the middleware info.name value. This means that if we add the x middleware sub request header with the correct value to our request, the middleware, whatever its purpose, will be completely ignored. You see that it will be completely ignored, and the request will be forwarded via next response.next, and will complete its journey to its original destination without the middleware having any impact influence on it. So the header and its value act as a universal key, allowing rules to be overridden. So now as you see, this is really a cool gig, and this is a very good basic vulnerabilities. Like it can just what I just requested you do, feel free to go all of this scenario. You can read more about it, and all the links, all the document like the blog link, it will be hooked up in the description, so no worries about that. And this is the updated one, the same person, this is the updated one where he exactly just figure out what the things it's supposed to be. So you can also feel free to go and read about those things. And by the way, you can also read the hacker news and also for the Reddit. So all everywhere it just happened to be this news exploring. So what I'm gonna do, let's just, instead of talking, let's just try to create an application and see how we can just explore the vulnerabilities in by so far. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna just use some vibe coding, of course. So we just open the cursor, and in the cursor, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna open my directory, which I built directory here as it open. So now I'm gonna let it to run a command by which, like, I'm going to provide a prompt here so that it will build an application for me. So command L to open the chat box. So here in the chat box, so no worries about that, the whatever I'm writing here, it will be in the description, so you can just copy and paste. So what I'm doing, create a Next.js 14 application using the app router and a Tailwind CSS. The app should include 3 pages, a home page, a login page, and a dashboard page. Implement a simple login functionality using a username and password with hard-coded credentials, username, admin, password. Use Next.js middleware to ensure that only logged in users can access the dashboard page, redirecting unauthenticated users to the login page. Additionally, if a logged in user tries to access the login page, redirect them to the dashboard. Manage the login state with a cookie named logged in. Include a logout functionality on the dashboard page that clears the cookie and redirects to the home page. Style the page with Tailwind CSS to achieve a clean and professional design. Use a centered what I can say is a centered card layout for the login form. Display a welcome message. It's just a simple prompt by which I can start like creating an application by so far. So hit enter now, provide a minute to cursor, and what it's gonna do, it's gonna create that application for me. You know, you can create it by so far as your own, but who do the things if you're getting the free from the internet? So it's just creating that one. Okay, it created, but there is something missing, so I will just need to again to say that apply to use package and all the other file and directories to run it in local dev server. So just rewriting that because the package and others is just ignored. So you can also do it like to create that in other instances. So now as you see, we are having that our dependency Next.js 14.0.4, and I think the critical issue is resolved. Yeah, okay, so 2.25 is the resolved one. So we have the things here. So first thing what you need to do is that npm I to install all of the dependency here. And now let's explore what kind of things it just created for us. First of all, we are having one app directory here. Then we have our page, a simple page which having that a simple authentication demo using Next.js. And then we have our login page where it will just go and create the login using the cookies and others. Now the best and most important thing is that middleware. So now what it's doing using that next response and next request. So it's just using that logged in, and if the path name is start with a dashboard and is not logged in, it's just redirecting to the login. And so if the path name is equal to login and logged in is passing to our dashboard. So what is happening here is that is dashboard path and login is just getting the dashboard as protected. So it's just getting with the measure of these two formalities. So now it's a normal feature. So if a user is not logged in, he is unable to view the dashboard, right? So that should happen, that should work like that. But as for this vulnerabilities is mentioned here, like in this documentation, without like as we just go with that our middleware.ts, we should be able to view the dashboard if just we modified our X header. So this is really important. Like so many people, they are blindly depending on the middleware.ts file here from the Next.js. You know, it's a server-side programming here, so most of the time people are depending on it. But now if this vulnerability occurs and is working perfectly, means we like anybody can access your payment method, anybody can access your orders even without having your user authentication. So the route is vulnerable right now. So now we will configure it. So everything installed. Let's just run our application. So npm run dev to run in our localhost 3000. Now you can do in this like example with so many other parameter, but you know, as a front end or back end, like a full stack developer, I love to test it in the application layer. So now this is our like the app. So now if I just go and just check the login, so we should be having a login page here. See the login here. Now if I just want to access the dashboard, we are redirecting to the login. So let's just go in the home and then try to access our dashboard. It just happened to be providing us here in the login, and that login is just mentioning over here, which we are providing a simple admin and password. So we will copy that. The username is admin and the password is simple as password, and hit enter. So now this is our welcome admin. This is your protected dashboard page, so only authenticated users can see this content. So means we are authenticated, right? So now we'll just try to create the vulnerabilities, which is happen to be like, you know, it can prompt up and then it can like without logged in we can view this page. So I'll just make a logout, and here we will use that one of that which I call like for the mood. So that's the one we're gonna use to check our vulnerabilities here. You can get that one from the mood header of the Chrome extension. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna just manipulate our X middleware sub request. So let's just go over here. I'm gonna add a new request header, which will be X middleware sub request, and here I'm gonna pass that middleware. Right, so let's just add it, and then what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna try to enter my dashboard, and we are in the dashboard. So means without logged in we are now in the dashboard. So even I logged out right now, and just check it very carefully, because this is a very good thing here. So now if I try to go in dashboard, I need to go in the logged in, right? But whenever I am using that one right here, like if I add a new mode, okay, I need to go and create a new one. Okay, so if I create a new one, and I'm gonna just pass that name as middleware, and now I can go and access my dashboard directly. And this is happening here the way he described it right here. As you see the depths, how it's just providing that one, I think at the top layer. So this is the piece of code which is happen to be providing that includes the middleware info.name. So whatever is happening after the clone and then you passing that exact middleware name is bypassing that authentication layer. So now as far as we know that they changed it, like they did it, like they fixed that one here. So I'm gonna just remove that one right now. So let's go in which version they fixed. We're gonna go and that. So that's the version they fixed that. So as we are using the 14, so that will be compatible. So we'll go in the package and then we'll just open the chat box here. So now use the version and update the app dependencies with it, enter. So now as you see we're using 14.04, so now we need to update that one as 14.2.25. so I'm going to close my application and let it update that one. Okay, apply all, and here okay, accept. So now we're having that version compatibility 14.2.25. so npm I to install this dependency, and then we're gonna check if it's working. Like if it's working perfectly and like doing its things in good way, means it's fixed. If it's not did it right way, it's not fixed yet. Okay, package is installed. Now run that again, npm run dev. So now we can check that one within our localhost 3000. I think it will just rerun our application. So now we are in our targeted version, and if we closely look to our middleware, the same functionality, just same thing, we just upgrade the package, and I think if everything is good, it should be working perfectly. So let's try that login. So it should be admin password, and we will be able to create the login, and we will log out. And now this time again we'll try to enable that vulnerabilities so that we can make that one to work in a proper way. So we'll just get a new one, headers, and the name, we're gonna provide that as middleware. I think, yeah, exact name should be there. Now let's try that / dashboard. No, now we cannot access, as you see. So that's the version. It's just it will not compromise anymore. So even you try to go in like dashboard, now you can't go. So this is how they configure it. Now if your application is having a very good dependency using that middleware.ts file, make sure you change it right now before it's too late, because anybody can access any kind of data, even is like the payment, orders, or anything. Any user can, like, you know, that's a good thing to cross check. Like you can also, like for the database call, for the data calling, like, you know, you are fetching the data, that time also you can check the request header if you are willing to. So in that way you can bypass. So now that's the one, you can just try it. And if you are feeling comfortable, let me know in the comments in which criteria you want to test it more and more. Let me know in the comments, and also let me know your thoughts about it. So all the best. If you are having application that's having this issue, please resolve it right now, and I'm gonna see you in next video.